Welcome to Soul Conversations or Soul Awakening Conversations, Emerge and Flow. Thank you for joining me once again. I am so happy to have you here with me. We are going to be joined today by a truly thought-provoking guest, Dwayne Xavier. Dwayne brings a powerful message for these times. These are times of great change, and as he puts it, we are living in a new age. God's new management is at work, taking place right now. In our conversation, we'll explore what that means, how this new management of divine consciousness is revealing itself in our lives, in our world, and within our own awakening. So get ready to open your heart, expand your awareness, and flow with us into a deeper understanding of the spiritual transformation unfolding all around us. So, I'm going to welcome him in now. Open your hearts and your minds. Take what resonates, leave what doesn't, and let's have some fun. All right, we're just being patient.
Hey, Sandra.
Hey, how you doing?
I'm fine. How are you?
I'm good. I'm
It's good.
good.
It's good.
Everyone, I would like you to meet Dwayne Xavier. I
Yes.
have known him for over 30 years.
It's been that
Okay?
long, Sandy.
It's,
Yeah.
it's been that long. And I'm going to tell you, this young man has filled a lot of hats. He's I've not filled them, but yeah, filled them. Worn a lot of hats in all of his transformations. He's even transformed me some of the time with
Yeah, a
a
few times.
wonderful, yeah, a few times. I learned from this man about hair. I learned from him about life, just period, just being me, you know. He
Mhm.
accepted me as is,
Mhm.
you know. So I'm happy to have him on today. Who would have thought, right?
Who would have thought? Yes.
So, Dwayne, what I'm going to do, I know I gave you an intro, but now I'm going to give you a chance to just briefly give your intro. I
I yeah.
see you I see you doing it, flowing from Chatterbox, your Chatterbox lives that you're doing, and just tell my peeps about you. And guys, we're both Geminis, so we have the gift for gab.
All right, briefly, because a lot of times people, when when you meet people, they want to know who you are and what you are. And my past is what got me here right now. So I don't really like to dwell on it because I don't want my past be the reason why people choose to listen to me.
Right,
Or, but briefly, I've always had a spiritual thing with my hands. Everything
right.
I touch and I start with my hands, they just grow. It could have been hair, it could be cooking, it could be writing, it could be designing, it could be doing anything. And I've had my hands in all those different areas.
Hmm.
And I'm glad for the experience. But nevertheless, I'm here now. I have the podcast because I have a message to send to people. I feel like, just the experiences that I've had in life
Hmm.
a lot of times we as an adults, in our time period, we table everything. We would, you know what I mean? We brush it under the carpet. We just won't bring it up. And so my podcast is about subject matter that's kind of touchy. You know what I'm saying?
Hmm.
With some people it can be, but there's an audience for everything. And
Right.
Chatterbox is like there's no cursing, there's no profanity. Just come there,
Hmm.
and we're gonna chitter chat. We're gonna put, those controversial subjects on the table, and we're gonna discuss them and realize how, just through your love for yourself, because you find yourself, and your love for others, that it's not even worth nothing is worth taking a minute, an hour, or a second out of your day, you know what I
Right.
mean, or stressing and worrying and stuff. And I just want people to come with a light heart and everything and feel like, you know what, this is a transformative time period for me. We come in here receiving for adults, our age group,
Hmm.
where no one's wrong. There's no, we don't have opinions.
Hmm.
We all have opinions, but just as what they are opinions, and that nobody's opinion is right or wrong. We love, we listen to learn. We
Yes.
listen to learn, and it's never debate. You know what I mean? It's just informative. And
Right.
so all kinds of subject matters, but you have to tune in and you have to click in just to see what the subject matter is, because I will not talk about it ahead of time. No, I won't do that. But
Yes, yes. No, we just want you to let us know this is a new YouTube podcast, and
yes,
the conversation is, let's put it this way, it dives deep. It
right.
allows you to dive deep,
Mm,
right?
mm,
Um, hold on just one second. I just want to wave at a few people here.
okay.
And you might not see them coming in, but as soon as they comment and say hi or hello to us, Dwayne will see you just as I see you. So, hey, and if we have a chance, we will answer questions in the comments as well. As
Yeah.
long as you keep them, um, what would the word be that you always tell me? As long as you keep them
Respectful.
respectful, right?
Respectful, because
But
first off, I'm an open book. You know what I mean, and
yeah.
I'm present. I think
Mm-hmm.
people that are present, that show up all the
Mm-hmm.
time, those are the people that you have to. That's why I commend you, because you show up all the time. No matter what you're going on in your personal life, it's not about you. You realize, everything you're taken care of. You know that you're taken care of. So what you do is
Exactly.
you're taking care of others, and so
Yeah.
you show up, and that validates who you are. And I show up, so that
Yeah.
validates who I am. So it doesn't matter. Bring it.
Bring it. Bring
Bring
it.
it.
Yes. At the Gemini in us says, come on, baby, ask your question.
Yes,
Right?
come on. Yes, uh-huh.
Okay. So here we go with the first awakening flow question.
Okay.
You've said that we are living in a new age, because I know we talk about this all the time. And I saw written on one of your, and he has 3 pages, guys. Okay. Um, on one of your pages that God's new management work is already taking place. So, for those who are sensing change but can't quite name the change, how do you describe what's happening right now on a spiritual or energetic level for you, and how you move through some of these, you know, evasive and uh, tactile, I think is the correct word that I might want to use, uh, movements, whether it be government or whether it be just,
Well, I
uh,
don't think okay, I got what you're asking me, and
okay.
the way I look at it is, and the way I live
Hmm.
is, if that's, it has nothing to do with me.
Okay. Would you, if
It
some,
no,
right.
no, 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 no. What I'm getting ready to say is how I live, how I'm able to get through, so it doesn't
Oh,
become a stressor of mine. So it
mm-hmm,
doesn't like weigh heavy on me, because we all are human. We all are going to experience things. This is a part of life.
mm-hmm,
Everything new becomes old. You know what I
right.
mean? And so everybody has a chance, an opportunity to give something before it's too late.
Mm-hmm,
You know,
right.
okay, that part. But
Go
I
on. Keep going,
No, 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 no,
Gemini.
no,
Keep going.
no.
Dive deep, baby.
I just feel like, I can't really say how I let things think. I mean, things that are going to happen. I don't let things that are going to happen or things that have happened. I don't let them bother me like that.
Mm-hmm.
I know that things are going to happen, but it's who I belong to, and I know that I'm safe. I'm in the arms of my Lord and Savior Jesus Christ. That's who I believe in, and I'm in His
Mm-hmm.
arms, and I feel like He's my protector. He's going to make sure that I'm shielded, and whether that be through wisdom that I've obtained in my lifetime, whether it be my experiences, the notions that I had before, because I had notions. We all have notions about how we think things are going to end up, how they're going to be,
Mm-hmm.
but it's it's not so much that they happen, it's
Mm-hmm.
how they affect you. How are you carrying it? You know what I mean? Because
Right.
everybody's, and you got weak ones and you got strong ones. How are you going to carry it? And I think people who are able to put things complacent, put them where they're supposed to be in life, those people, those are the ones that are um living longer lives, because they're able to utilize their energy and focus on their health.
Right.
They're able to focus on things that really matter, things that nourish you, things, bring your body to a stillness.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? And not for nobody else, but for yourself. Pampering yourself, pampering, that's all a part of it. I think, like I was giving myself a facial, today and stuff, because you know what I'm saying? I had so many, but still pampering yourself, showing yourself some self-love, rubbing
Right.
yourself, massaging your legs and stuff. You have to do it.
Right. Right.
And so I
So.
feel like, when you focus, when you're not putting all the energy on all the negative things that happen in life, because things
Mm-hmm.
are going to happen, and you learn that as you get older, I don't know if it came with age or
Mm,
what,
it could have.
because
Yeah.
wisdom now, I don't give a flying what people think. If you're not speaking into my life, or you're not the space that I have that's available for you to come in, if you're not welcoming it and you're not using it correctly, and vice versa, the same for me. If I'm not using your space, I don't fool with it.
Right.
You know
Right.
what I'm saying? I just don't. Yeah,
Yeah.
that part.
A friend of mine had sent me a video, and she says, this video reminded me of you.
Oh
And
boy.
it was a young lady who was kept repeating, after we do what we do in this life, we die.
Hmm.
So I got no fucks to give.
Mm.
And she kept it kept repeating. And
Well,
actually I took
I don't mean it like that, because I believe that, in life and stuff, you remember when you say that there's to balance life, first off, there's no right and there's no wrong. People do what they do. You know what
yeah,
I'm saying? So I'm not the judges. What I'm saying, when it comes to me as a person, me as a being, I cannot judge anyone. I have no right to judge anyone.
exactly.
You see what
Well,
I'm
that's
saying?
why I say it used to be we we had to give a flying or have a whole lot of telling people I don't give a shit. And then I just go, I got none to give. I'm going to live. And if I can't give you love,
Mm-hmm.
right? If I can't show you love in one way or another, and or you say, or you prove to me in every movement that you do that's opposing my love, I'm just going to, exactly, I'm going to live, and I'm going to like say, whatever you need to do, go ahead and do it, but please, would you do it over there?
Mm.
And
Mm.
I'm not gonna, I'm just tired. It takes too much energy to judge.
Way too much. Way too
Wait.
much. Way too much. And I want to know, what is so important about me that you got to be judging me. You know what I'm saying? Because it's like,
Yeah.
you gotta look at it like that. When it comes from a standpoint, if nobody wants to know anybody that nobody's interested in, do you notice that that's why people get bullied? These introvert people, and they're like they are, and they have a common spirit. They have their own intelligences. Everybody, we all have intelligence no matter how we are. But those particular people, imagine, Sandy, you know, those are the ones that everybody thinks don't have an opinion. They don't say anything. They hard to read, right?
Right. And they
Okay,
think that they're easy to bully.
easy to bully. And that's what they
Yeah.
do. They bully them.
Mhm.
But you can't bully, you can't bully me. And I know you, you know what I'm
I
saying.
know,
Like you
you
can't
know,
bully me. I
30
just
years of knowing you, I know.
yeah, it's
Mr.
just it's
Gemini
it's
man.
look, all the years of touching people, laying hands on people, I'm saying laying hands, exchanging energy. When you do
Yes,
hair and you first you got their stories that's coming. You got their story, then it's the truth, and then it's the truth that the energy is giving you. You know what I'm saying? They're three different
exactly.
truths and stuff. And so you work with people and you would hear some really, really weird things, some things that you learn from, learn
Mhm.
not to do. I learned from negative just as well as I learned from positive.
Exactly.
And so when they tell me stuff, I would be like, wow,
Okay.
but
It's got
those
it got to be. I'm not going to walk that path. Yeah.
exactly, yeah, well, that's what you learn
It's I'm
from
not judging them, but I'm
those
not going to
experiences,
walk that
but
path.
you're not going to walk that path and stuff because some people got to go through their lifetime to get all these different experiences and stuff. You know what I'm saying? But I was invited to them because of the type of work that I did, the type of, you know what I'm saying? I was constantly having all these clients, and then I was around wealth. You know what I'm
Right.
saying? That's a whole nother thing. It's like, yeah, yeah, there is a difference in people's notions based on what they have because they get the experiences are different. You can't tell a person that lived in Europe is gonna be the same as somebody living in the hood. You know what I'm saying? So
Right.
those experiences that you have to have. And if you don't have those experiences, then you know you would never really understand what we're talking about right now. But I've had those experiences with different people. Some people with money are very weird.
Mm.
They have something going on, and then you got people who don't have money that are very weird. But then you have people, you have a balance. The universe made a balance of all different types of
Types of
people.
people. Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I think that's one of the reasons. I mean, I'll always do hair, maybe for the dead people, because they don't
Oh,
come
you
back.
haven't done? Yeah, I don't think you've been.
No, I never did mortuary,
Yeah, yeah. I don't think you've
but
been an artiste like that.
but you know what? I think I went as far as because I mean I was a cosmetology instructor in LA,
Hmm.
right?
Hmm.
Instructor. I've owned like 6 or 7 hair salons over the years.
Yeah.
Some private and I've toured, I've traveled, I
Hmm.
tuck breasts in, I zip it up. I tried, you know what I'm saying? I did everything that was definitely necessary for different people. You guys
Yes.
know exactly who you are. Dwayne Xavier was there for you. But that love and stuff that I had, and now I'm older, I'm in a whole different place. All that running and everything, that doesn't excite me no more. You know,
Right.
I just want peace. I like to get up in the morning, I get on my hands and knees and I do my worship. I pray. I sit still for a while, and
Hold,
then
hold on one second. Goddess, thank you for joining. I love you too. Let's see. I love you. I have to go. I wanted to pop in and give him yes, give him a follow and show love.
oh,
And
thank
also
you.
follow him on his YouTube. He has a new podcast on YouTube. Dwayne, could you give the name of the
Um,
podcast?
it's called Chatterbox.
Yes, Chatterbox.
Chatterbox. But if you follow me from my page that I'm on right now, you'll be able to find a link to YouTube, and you'll be able
Okay.
to click on it. You get to see the recent ones that I've been just doing and everything. But thank you
Yeah.
so much for joining us.
Thank you. She's her name is Angelic.
Okay.
I
All
and
right.
I
Okay. All right,
mispronounced
Angelic.
it once or twice, and I called her Angelique.
Angelique.
But I love her. She has really been there and holding space for me, especially when I was going through my surgery and my not chemo, but my radiation and everything. She helped me. She got me the soursop leaves. I love
Yeah,
this.
well,
She holds.
that's funny you said soursop. Go ahead, because that's a whole nother story. I gotta remember we're on your podcast. We're not just having this conversation. Because you and I,
No,
we
but
talk
that's all right
often.
because if it's what the people that come in, they need this information, they need this strength. We can veer because it's my podcast, right?
Yeah,
And you and I are both Geminis,
this
so
is
we
my
know it's
shit.
going to veer a little bit.
I'm gonna get a shirt because this is the lady she's on. She's a cook. She's a chef, and she does a little show. And she wears that show. This is my shit. When she cooking. If you
Yeah,
don't like the way the spices she put in, you don't like the way she turned her fish or whatever she was. This is my shit. But yeah, I
yeah.
get you.
Well, that's why I always say, take what resonates, leave what doesn't.
And leave
One
it doesn't.
size
And leave it
doesn't.
doesn't.
Yeah. So let me ask the next question.
You only on question two.
Yes,
Man, all right.
I'm only on
I'm gonna
question.
short my responses. Go ahead, 'cause we might have to do
And
a part
okay,
two.
as this great shift in consciousness, because we talk about consciousness all the time,
Hmm.
continues to unfold, what does it ask us individually? How do we align our inner life, our thoughts, our emotions, our actions with the flow or the emerging flow of awareness? How do you do that? So to share with if you could share that with others.
Wait a minute. You asked me a few questions.
Well,
That
it's
was
how can yeah, that's true. How do you align your inner life, your thoughts, your emotions, and your actions with the emergent flow of kind of like the universe?
oh.
How do you embody the 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 flow of the universe or the conscious universe in your everyday life?
I just realized it's gonna be. So, I have to pay respect to it.
Mm-hmm.
Like I always pay respect to it. I know that there's something that resonates that's larger than I am, that's bigger than I am. And I
Mm-hmm.
have to pay respect to it. I take the time to smell the roses. I water my plants, planting and stuff. I try to just take the time to do self healing because everything has a root or a cell or something. Everything lives on something, right?
Mm-hmm.
Living beings, and that nurturing and that watering and all that. So you have to, as long as you have the bare essentials, you got to make sure you keep the bare essentials
Mm-hmm.
to for a human to have the bare essentials. But what people keep missing is the mind. We can take care of the body physically, but it's about taking care of the mind. Your
Okay.
mind, if your mind, if you take care of your mind, you guys say crown, a chakra, all the different chakras and stuff. When we talk about
Right.
the crown, but the crown is really just as good as the root. The crown is important, and if you're not taking the time to rest, get plenty of rest, get sleep, doing things that de-stressitize. That
Mm-hmm.
with all the stuff, the noise that's going around, you have to shut the noise down. I don't you don't have to look at news constantly and be a part of that. People look at it and everything,
Yeah.
and instead of sending out to the universe negative vibes about look what shoulda coulda woulda, send out the positive vibes about what's going to happen, what you want to happen. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Fixate your world. Let your world be your pedestal to success. If you can't see yourself having nothing, you'll never have nothing. You can't see yourself having, I'm not talking about materialistic things.
Mm-hmm.
I'm talking about a sane mind. If you
Uh-huh.
can't see yourself,
Or love or peace or
or love or peace, all those different things that are
yeah.
normal, you
Mm-hmm.
know, that are normal. If you can, and I judge people honestly by no mobility. I don't know if that makes sense. When you look at
Nor,
somebody,
nor
are they able to look at you when you talk to them? Are they able to
mm-hmm.
possess? Like, the qualities, the heart, do they respect
Mhm.
themselves? Because it's all about how they respect themselves. Because if you can take care of yourself and I see you taking care of yourself, I know you can take care of me. But if you
Ah,
can't take care of
okay.
yourself, you can't take care of me. And I try to see that in somebody. How you taking care of yourself? That's what
Hmm.
matters to me. It doesn't matter you aging or whatever. We all gonna do that. But how you taking care of yourself?
Oh, you
You
right,
know, because
right.
that let me know. And some people, like a lot of people, they not there yet, and it's okay that you're not there yet.
Yeah,
And
because it's all
That's
growth.
what my talk show is about. It's about putting this. Listen, if first off, if you deal with obesity, right?
Hmm.
This is how I feel about it. It doesn't matter if it's not a problem for you, then it shouldn't be a problem for nobody else. But if it's a problem for you, you got to make the change of what you're doing and eating and stuff. It only matters what you think for yourself. So I don't have a problem with it. But I'm just trying to say that's how enriched the mind is. The
Hmm.
mind, if you can set your mind, you can do anything. You know what
Right.
I'm saying? You can do anything when you put your mind to it.
Right. And when you put
School.
your mind to, if you have a problem with anything that's going on with you, your mind is so powerful that it opens doors to people who have a problem with you, with that thing, whatever that thing is.
Oh yeah, well, you
Come
already
on, we
know.
know
I
that
just say
energy,
the kind,
right?
yeah, and it's not good energy. I don't
Yeah.
receive. I honestly, I'm being honest with you.
Yeah.
My latter days, the days that I have now, they are so centered around peace.
Hmm.
You know what I'm saying? And it's because I created that peace for myself because I realized after all the years of being in the chaos, being this and trying to be the backbone, doing all these different things, they're all learning. That was
Uh-huh.
my role. I can judge it because that was my path, right?
Oh, okay. Can I ask a question?
Yeah, go ahead,
Would
sis.
is it easier to judge it or discern it so that so that you could learn from it?
Well, discern is probably the better word to use. It's probably that's what I
Okay.
would have said. I just didn't. You have one thing about you is you have a way of wording things. You're real good on your words.
Well, because
That's yeah.
I find what I find is when I talk to some people, they prefer the word judge because they feel that when they go back and judge themselves, they're seeing the whole thing.
Right. Girl, listen, I'm from Baltimore, okay, Baltimore, Maryland, and we got our slang about how we say things, and I say it the way I say it, that's the way I say it, is what I mean it. And the people that's in the know, they know exactly what I'm talking about.
Yeah. I mean, that's what
It
I
ain't no
was.
crossing mixed up in the words. They know what I'm
Yeah.
talking about.
Okay, yeah, because I knew what you were talking about, but
Yeah.
my
Be-
higher uh divine was saying, okay, bring it down because the reason why I ask is because when I do go live sometime and I do my teaching, I tell people that they can possibly not be hard on themselves because if they're constantly in that judgment mode, then they're judging themselves about what has already happened versus looking at what happened and discerning it and going, "Oh, this is what I did when." And then bringing themselves kind
But
of
I'm
pulling
so
them.
past. I am so. I get what you're saying, and yes, there's space for people that's like that and stuff. But I'm way past that, baby. I don't.
Okay,
No, no, that's
you're
not what I'm
past
saying.
that.
Yeah, I'm not discussing any of my weaknesses. I'm
Yeah,
discussing
well,
the
yeah,
message.
that's what I'm saying
Discussing the
is
messages.
because people are seeing their weakness.
Well, I'm not saying that people. You see, we both have our mason jars. We're in the
Hmm.
same. This is a
Yes,
metal straw, Sandy. This metal straw, it keeps everything cold.
really? Okay.
But anywho, I just
Welcome
had to
in,
wet my, excuse
Phoenix.
me, everybody, I had to wet my whistle.
Yes, I had to. I had to. What I found when I started in on Instagram, everybody was saying hydrate, hydrate. And I'm saying, why are they? thinking that they got to tell me to drink my water, but now, I got my water and
Well, I'll be honest with you guys and stuff. Everybody already know I went to and I lived in Georgia for a little bit of time, and when I was down there, I fell in love with that sweet tea. And the
mm,
sweet tea is nice. I even know how to make it. I make it. I make sun tea and stuff for you.
hmm
Right here in New York, yes. But this tea right here is the most inexpensive tea, and it's probably $2 for a gallon. I'm sure you think I'm joking. It's a specialty store
yeah,
where to get it, and they make it, and it's the best tea ever. But I
okay.
shouldn't have had a sugar, so anyway, I'm just having a sip.
Yeah, but you're just having a sip, so it's all right.
That's
Just
all
a
I'm
sip.
saying. That's all I'm
Yeah.
saying. That's all I'm saying.
So, okay. So when you tune in to your own soul awakening journey, just your journey, okay. Well, I'll set the so that I can do the question. When I'm in my journey, and I think you'll understand this. I look at it as if it's a 45 record. You've got the A side, which is the side that's played a lot. That's my side. I'm the lead in my story. I've got people that are my co actors or whatnot. I've got my people that I've allowed to come in as my featured extras and day players and blah blah blah. And I know you've worked on sets doing, so you understand that jargon. Okay. So when you're on your soul awakening journey
Hmm.
and it's your A side, the B side is someone else, any of the other players who are having their main story, and you turn up at in a different a different place marker for their story, right? You're having two soul stories at the same time. You're being the lead, and then you might be the co-star for the person that's in your story. So when you're doing your own soul awakening journey, what truths or realizations have changed the way you see life, whether it's yourself or the divine within you? How do
Well,
how do you um do you feel a difference in movement as you're moving through life?
yeah, I'm moving through peaceful.
Peaceful?
Yeah, and when I say peaceful, I'm able to be still and learn from the experiences rather than let the experiences
Hmm.
oppress or suppress me.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? It's like everybody is gonna get their share of things that they're going to experience. That's no doubt. If you want to
Hmm.
live this perfect life and everything, I don't care if you got money, you don't have money, you always going to have something. And it's how you receive those things and what they do to you. And a lot of times there's cause and effect behind the negative things. When you experience stuff, you can either walk away and you can be like, oh my God, this tragic happened to me. And, or you can say, well, what is it that I'm supposed to take away from this situation? And
Exactly.
then you know what I'm saying, and move accordingly and stuff, because you got to take negative and you got to turn it into inspiration. You cannot take inspiration and turn it. You can take inspiration and turn it to negative, but you can't. You got to go from one place to get to another. You
Hmm.
always have to take your negative, because anything that you do, there's some negative. Going from A to Z, there's negative that's going to
Yeah,
come up.
somewhere in
They
there.
call it strife, learning abilities, the skills. What There's something that's for you, and
Hmm.
how you accept it is taking care of your mind. If you don't accept it, you feel like it's just me, 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 and you play that damn party like most people are
The
doing, and they
pity
and they
party.
and they
Yeah.
right, and they call each other with the negative stuff, or they got room for everybody else's negative stuff, and they play the blaring the TV, all day long, or they sit and they scat on this internet looking
Mhm.
at different shit. You know what I'm saying? It's all
Mhm.
brainwashing, the negative. You feeding that into your soul, and that's got you going into a hole. Soul hole, you're going right on down in the hole, right? So what I'm
Mhm.
saying is to brighten your day up. Get up in the morning,
Mhm.
pay homage to something.
Right.
Pay homage to something. Relax. Be still. Hear your heartbeat. Hear the voices that's in your subconscious mind. You know what I'm saying? Be still
Mhm.
where you can hear them. Then get up and start your day. But start your day with positivity and your thoughts.
Mhm. Yeah.
Positive, the universe, I'm deserving of this. This is something that God told me of. Because we we can have anything we want. You know what I mean? We have to be able to accept the reality of it. And if we can't accept the reality of it because we can't even see ourselves there, then how are we going to manifest it in our lives and stuff? And I'm just a true believer in that. You know what I mean? We
Right.
manifest and we get just where we are. And I'm convinced now that there is no other way of doing these things. No, I'm
Well,
serious.
I
It's like
yeah.
I'm just convinced of positive thinking. I don't care, positive thinking at all times. You can, because anytime you feel good, doesn't something always come up that try to get you to
Exactly.
forget? And how easy do we forget to sway towards negativity? We let the energy pull us, and then we'll sit over and embellish with it. Or we in line. How many you been in line at the grocery store, and the lady
Mhm.
that's in front of you, she be like, "It's gonna be forever,"
And
right?
I just
And
smile
she's
and
waiting
I
for a
say to
response from me.
I just
I'm like,
smile and I
nothing
say,
say.
wouldn't it be nice if they open that line right, over there, and then 2 seconds later or 3 seconds later, they open the line and they point to me and they say, next, and I say,
You
I
let her
say,
go ahead.
yeah,
No, I'm the you the thing. My point of what I was trying to say is that
mm,
people, if I'm driving going somewhere, my parking space is always in the front. If
yeah,
if 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 I'm looking for a home or something and I want a bathroom in the window, the bathroom will be in the window. I manifest and I see things the way that I want them to be for myself. And I learned this from an early age. My grandmother taught me that.
yeah,
Pray for wisdom, Dwayne. Always pray for wisdom. And I always pray for wisdom because with wisdom, he gives you everything. But I'm not subjecting myself to nothing negative. I did, I learned, but now I'm at that age where it's though, hey, come
you
on
have the
over here.
preference, yeah,
Let's talk about it. Let's talk about all these issues. Cause
hmm,
I got something to talk about,
right,
you know. And can I just say this?
say it,
I am I'm a product of born into the world as an innocent child. You it's in your eyes. People
Mm,
always try to steal my eyes. Have you ever heard that before?
yes, I've heard that before,
Right. My grandma used to say that to me, Dwayne, everybody want to take don't take wooden nickels. Everybody wants to steal your eyes. Well, anyway, the long story short is all through my life I came in this world and as an innocent person, then I was violated.
hmm,
And after being violated, right, I went into I grew up all of my impressionable years, I grew up feeling shamed
right,
and all this. And I never got therapy for that in the
hmm,
beginning. And I didn't get therapy for it. It was something that it was, uh, it was something that I swept under the carpet.
you pushed it down,
I pushed
yeah,
it down and I pushed it down so good. Let me tell you how good I was at pushing it down that I almost forgot the occurrences, like how they happened. I was able to black out all of that shit. I didn't see none of it. you
hmm,
know? And then
right,
one day I was sitting still, my memory came back to me. And when my memory came back, my heart started beating
hmm,
fast,
yes.
right? And
Hmm.
that's when the trauma took place. But I was at an age where I was kind of like in my like 18, 19, 20 when it happened to me. Like when that panic came in because I was a child. I started hanging out with the wrong groups of people, drinking, doing all kinds of different things, testing the waters. You know how we do, and
Hmm.
live and learn. But those experiences and stuff, I felt like a lost child, and
Yeah, they
being
triggered you,
yeah,
right?
yeah. And well, a lot of it triggered me because I went through depression and all that kind of stuff.
Hmm.
Let me tell you something. But had I not gone through, I wouldn't be here today to tell
Yes,
you
you
that
to
it's
open the conversation to it.
there's no magic recipe to life besides the one thing is positivity through your source. My source is my Lord and Savior. That's just who I see. That's who my source is.
Hmm.
And people's source, you have to pay homage and know that that source, that energy, that love is there for transformation for your best interest. And if you no matter what you want, it wants to give you longer days.
Right.
You understand? It
Yeah.
wants to it pay homage. It wants to give you vitality and peace and comfort and
Hmm.
all of those different things. And it's there.
In
All
you.
you have to is there for the asking. Well,
Hmm.
I'm saying, well, yeah, it's in you, and you have to call on it.
Exactly.
Because
It's
if you don't
theirs.
call on it, it's gonna stay dormant in you.
Hmm.
And that's going to be your stagnation from finding success and doing the things that you so desire. A lot of
Hmm.
times we make our decisions in life or where we go and stuff is based on our experiences that we've had. You know what I mean? Our
Hmm.
love for something,
Yeah.
or you know what I'm saying, or it's just the choices that we make. They, I didn't have that choice. What happened to me.
Because of
And
someone
it
else.
has and it has nothing to do with my sexual orientation. People,
Right.
let's get this straight. I'm not more of this right here because of this right here. That's two separate entities. It was an adult that should be fucking with adults and not with child children. That was my thing. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And I didn't know how to push it away.
Right.
So I lay there
And then,
doormat.
yeah. And then you held on to it, seeing yourself, seeing yourself how you believe that everybody outside looking at you could see.
They could see what happened to me. It was embarrassing. And then being a man, I was born in 1966. Thank you very much. 1966,
You're
59
so
years old.
young.
Happy, hey. Okay, wait a
Yeah.
minute. Hold on. Every time somebody say, "This is my light right here," when I use it, no. But the reality is, it's like you just. I love life now. I honestly, I just want to say, I just love life right now, and I love it so much that I want to share my message. I want people. I think positive thinking is everything. If you can chit chat and you can have a conversation and be lighthearted about subject matter that you don't really want to talk about, because as long as you're admitting, truth sets you free. It doesn't matter what your experience was. If it's holding you back, it's holding you back. It ain't holding nobody else back. So you just
Right.
got to admit what your wrongdoing and what your part is. Or it may not have been wrong for you. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying?
Yeah.
But you
You
gotta
might
you gotta
have
get to that place where
been,
you can
yeah.
you gotta get to that place you can accept it.
Yeah.
And then you can move past it.
Yeah.
Because
You can
it's only
surrender
making
it.
you yeah, that's what I'm trying to say. And
Hmm.
I'm good girl, right? And stuff.
Yeah.
I'm good.
Because I love that, you know, that you do the deep conversation, especially for men. Like I've told you that I've just applauded you that you know that you're open not just to women, because women can talk about their angst and what they've pushed down a lot easier than men, because men are taught that emotion has nothing to do with, if they have
And
to
that played,
deal.
and honestly, that played a major factor in why I never really like why I never really talk about anybody because I was already like I had my little ways about me, where I always set myself apart and everything. I didn't want to be a certain I always like to look nice and clean and everything, didn't want to get dirty. I was just one of those kind of kids, you know what I'm saying?
Hmm.
But that's where all other good thing qualities about me come from. But still, you know, when people look at you and they realize you're a guy and you experience those type of things, they immediately push you out, push you out
Yeah,
of the group. You're not accepted or whatever, And
yeah,
as a child, you don't realize that you don't really need nobody until after you get older, when you realize I don't need nobody validate me. It doesn't matter what they think about me because I'm telling my truth because my truth is going to help somebody else. And if you are one of those little young guys or something that's experiencing something, you suicidal or whatever, I'm not no doctor. Seek some help. There's so many different organizations out there that you can talk to that will help you. They're free. They're free. And they will give you the therapy and everything. But do not take the choice of or keep damaging yourself, getting on drugs or hanging out with the wrong club or sleeping around and stuff because you're not getting no fulfillment out of it. The only thing you're doing is getting all them souls all over your body, and then later you're gonna feel guilty about it and you're gonna hate yourself. So, it's like it's
yeah.
ways of getting past
It,
different things. And because that trauma runs deep. And and, and
very
and
deep.
and and yeah, it runs really deep. A lot
Hmm.
of a lot of it's so strange because even in the gay community, there is a lot of molestation that took place in the gay community. It's a
Hmm.
lot. It's a lot.
Hmm.
It's not taboo. It's just it doesn't go. It's not spoke up. And a lot of gay men that brought it up because they was being raped by a family member was kicked out of their house. They was kicked out of their family because you it was taboo. You couldn't just talk about that. They kick them out
Yeah.
their family, and these kids out on the street. And then, of course, some what you do if you go and you hang out with where you accept it, where you don't have to come up with no. And a lot of times that's not the right space because they dealing with
Right.
their own shit. You don't need to be dealing with nobody ain't dealing with their shit.
Right.
It's a lot. I've seen a lot. I've seen a lot. I've seen a lot. Okay, and yeah, I have. And the positive shit. I done been in the White Houses of Washington D.C. I done served a room full of scientists, the politicians, and all that kind of shit. And
With the
yeah,
meals.
the private men's clubs and all of that kind of stuff. When this is when I
He's
was
talking about.
younger,
I think he's talking about his
culinary.
culinary.
Yeah, because I'm a culinary chef. I
Yeah.
got a degree,
Yeah.
but this was the way I got into food was it's not where I got into food, but I was young, I was always into food, but I used to do banquets and stuff, doing I was a banquet waiter and I had different agencies that would hire me and I would do banquets at all different places in DC. And
Hmm.
back then
Yeah.
I was probably like when I was going through my trauma and stuff, I was probably like around 20 or something and I would be you go through security clearance, but I would be in these rooms. And so you had you ever been in a room full of scientists before? They don't have common sense, but they got this genius mind about them. They all
Hmm.
got to some in common. They talk to you. They look down at the phone. They can't even look you in your face.
Yeah. They're.
It's yeah, but you see what I'm saying? They're introverts, but those are the
Hmm.
brilliant people. Those are brilliant minds. You know why? Because they got less to say.
Hmm. And when they do say it, and you kind of go, huh?
Right,
Because
exactly. Because there's
you
so
know
much
because
wasting time here. Quick time.
yeah, you kind of go, huh? And it goes over your head, but all of a sudden they're the one that patent the next whatever computer or uh, what do you call that? Magnus
But I
telescope
will.
that
Well,
you know.
let's leave this with the people. I tell you guys this: always keep a pen and a piece of paper
Hmm.
on your night table stand. Now I'm gonna tell you why. It's because in life, a lot of things come to you when you sleep, and when you wake up. Depending on where your spirit is, you don't remember your dreams. But there's a gift in you, and it's going to come to you once you get your body and your mind centered,
Mm-hmm.
and you're not so because life can have you coagulated. Right now, you got people waiting on EBT. But that was the newest news. I should have did a show about the EBT, all the conversation. But the EBT, then there's the government shutdown. It's all these different things, and people in the holidays here and stuff. So people got a lot of things that's keeping us all combobulated. But
Mm-hmm.
if you can some kind of way center yourself, be at peace, move at a glacious speed. There's
Mm-hmm.
no rush for nothing. Every day, try to move at a glacious speed. Because what you're going to do from this moment forth is you're going to think about yourself. You're going to think
Right.
about your health, your mind, and stuff. From this very moment, that's what you're going to think about. That's a gift that Sandy and I are giving you today. Is that's a start. Everything that comes to you negative, you're going to take it like a washboard. You see what I'm saying? What am I to learn from it? But you're going to learn to bring your body to peace
Mm-hmm. Yes.
so that you can
Kind
heal
of, kind of
yourself.
like my uncle used to say, let it roll off your back like water rolls off the back of a duck, you
Right,
know?
but I'm talking about people getting centered and
Mm-hmm.
and being able once your mind is at peace, then you're gonna hear yourself think. And
Right.
that's when that pad and that pen is gonna come in handy. Because
Right.
you're gonna wake up in the middle of the night and you're gonna start writing down your ideas.
Right.
And I'm gonna show you how you can get there. Like take those ideas that you write down and make them get to that point. Bring them, manifest them in your life with your positive thinking and other tools that are available that you just haven't tapped in yet. But I'm going to show you. I'm going to show you as
Yeah.
best I can. I'm giving you all the tea in the dirt. We're going to
All
talk
the
about it for
tea.
real. Oh, yeah, because the people are yearning for it. They're looking for some know-how. Everybody want to get $1 for something. I'm not saying that this shouldn't be a monetizing platform and stuff, but you know, there are some platforms that give something.
Mm-hmm.
They give something. They taking something, but they always give away something free. Those ones I'm not talking about them. Y'all know y'all age. Y'all helped me along the way. So, but no, I'm just saying that in this world right now, we need people that are giving.
Mm-hmm. I think for
You,
me,
if it's like I'm the only reason I'm saying that is because you can't take away more than you get. You already taken care of. One thing I learned is that I'm gonna be taken care of. I
mm-hmm.
don't want for anything. So why is it that I have to live like this? You know,
Yes, yes.
I seen this lady was at the grocery store, and this man asked her for $5, and she gave him $5. She was pregnant, and she was getting on a bike with her grocery bags, and she was putting both her bags on both handles. And he said to her, "You give me your last $5. Why would you?" She said, "No, it's okay. You look like you could use it." And he said, "Thank you." And then he said, "Well, just because you did that for me, I want you to look under these cups and take your money." We played this cup game where she, would get a certain amount. And he said, "Now you have a choice. You can return it back again and you can get another one." But she kept going because the fact is she didn't have anything in the beginning. So if she ended with nothing, she didn't lose anything. That's what's the whole point. And that's
Yeah.
where her heart was. And if
Mm-hmm.
your heart is like that, you giving, but you're not giving to receive anything, the universe will use you.
Yeah.
You,
I'm learning.
I'm just saying, it will use you, Sandy. Use you
Oh,
in ways you never. But if you cannot be that way, the universe ain't gonna do. Well, I'm not gonna say what the universe gonna do for you because I can't claim none of that. But I'm just saying,
yeah,
I
because the
still,
universe, yeah.
I,
It's a you can tell it's a possibility
it's a possibility.
that,
Yes.
well, we already know the energy is attracted to itself. So if you're giving, then you're going to be receiving, because that's the universe saying, oh, you want to give, so I'm going to give you more to give. you know I'm going to take care of you, you're taken care of. For me, I always give. I was like I said, I'm just more in my yin. We were
Mm.
talking about that this morning. And I love being this mad giver. And it doesn't all when we're talking about giving, we don't always mean
No, I
that it
don't
has to
mean
be
I don't
money.
I don't mean materialistic things. That's not what I'm
Yeah.
talking about.
Yeah.
I'm talking about taking the time to each one teach one, you
Yeah.
know.
And
But
what I
you
had to
and it
learn was I needed to learn how to be just as good to receiving, because there was, and not just materialistically, not just money, but the way I give, I had to be a good receiver, because the universe, how is the universe going to know when I'm ready to receive?
hmm,
The universe, so it's a balance of that yin and yang,
hmm,
or
hmm.
masculine, feminine energies. And some people are to say, some are always in the energy of taking, like
Some say no.
receiving. Yeah.
I know I know I'm not. Not this is not to
No,
bash
I'm just
anybody else.
saying that they're, if they're,
Listen. I'm just gonna say we all been there.
yeah,
We
been there,
all been
done
there.
that,
We all been. Well, we all been there and stuff. I've realized that I am not like. Listen, you never know. You can be at your highest and you can be at your lowest. You have to always humble yourself. God, you have to humble yourself. If
hmm
you think your shit don't stink or you better than anybody else, then you got a lot. That's where your learning curve is coming, baby. You got a
hmm
lot to learn. You do. You got so much to learn. You have to know. Like, you know what I'm saying? I'm so thankful for
hmm
where I am right now. And this is rich to me is having the same mind, having peace. That's being rich to me because
hmm
I can magnetically draw anything to myself, right? And that's the takeaway. Peace. Through everything, all of this that's going on right now, we have to find peace.
yeah.
We have to find peace and we have to release it because we're only human. And humans, we make it positive and negative energy is going like this. It's like a circuit with circuits. And
hmm
a lot of the things that's going on right now, you can either be drawn, sucked over to that side, or you can take some time for yourself, some healing. Because, see, you don't need a group of people to find peace, but you need a group of people to find chaos. So there's an equation there, and you have to figure out that equation is: are you going to find peace, and then you're going to eliminate the chaos?
hmm
Because the chaos is people's opinions and notions and everything, and you got all them going in your head like, if this couldn't happen for Mary, I can't do it. If this can't happen for this person, I can't do it. What I got to do, and my so and so experience it this way. If I do this, you going by everybody's notions. But when you have dormant yourself and you have time to think about, or let you hear your thoughts and let the universe tell you what they got for you, because the universe is always going to talk to you. And when you at that kind of peace, that's why I say, hey, that pen and pad, so you can write it down because I bet you that you will get that wow, that aha moment or aha moment or whatever y'all want to call it, where the universe pay you a deeper vision. Like you're not hearing the spirits speak to you because you're so all over the place. But if you get to a place of peace, you'll hear that spirit, and that spirit give you discernment about people. You get to see the evilness. You see things instead of always standing around and dwell and try to figure it out. You're gonna know right away what you're dealing with, and you're gonna put it where it needs to be.
hmm Right.
It's a it's a mature. You know exactly. Come on now. Come on. You
No,
know what I'm talking
I
about.
know. Okay, so we're rounding the hour mark. Okay. I have asked you questions, and of course, you get to ask me some. You get to ask me one.
Okay, let me see. Um, What question I would want to ask you? I know you, right? I know
Yeah.
you. I know who you are. I know your spirit and everything. And I know why you do what you do, but most people don't know why you do what you do. You know what I'm saying? And I want you to tell everybody what resonates you, what makes you who you are, and as far as like what makes you think it, or want to do or be and embody who you are and your true authentic self in a way where it's vibrational to help people to develop and come into this balanced life that
Is
we all, you know what I'm saying? Because we all
yeah.
have a way of getting there and saying it. But
Mhm.
tell me,
Yeah.
what is that? So tell me what it is.
Okay. I'm listening to the divine. The divine the divine just told my ego to shut up because the
Right.
ego, sometimes my ego wanted, yeah, yeah.
Yeah, but that happened when
Okay,
when I
but
when you was first giving
so
me all those accolades when you first started off this conversation, and that's why I was like, the divine was telling me, it's not about none of that. This is not about that. You know what I'm saying? I hope
well,
that
I
we.
was
I hope that people can look at us and before I cut you off because I don't want you to lose the thought of the question I asked you. I hope what people get from this is they can see the authenticity of our conversation. Our
yeah.
conversation is pure and judge us and want to know more from us by the wisdom that we are bestowing, not so
Mhm.
much by what somebody told you about me. Because
Yeah.
'cause
Well, I know this, that I have always been a child that has always had a question, what more? And every time I asked what more, I finally understood that it was a a movement in growth. I finally got to the part where I can actually hear the calling of the divine within me and actually serve serve others and know, well, I'm taken care of. This is what my mother meant when she taught me the few Bible verses that she taught me was ask, believe, and receive. And when I learned, okay, I can ask, but what is it about believing? Well, what it is about believing is that I have to embody and then receive it. I have to be in my present moment to receive it. When I finally had one of my last, what I considered awakenings, where I started the downloads or implodes or awakening in me started to expand, I realized that I was recalling what my soul came here to do. And the little I and the big the I am of me, decided I'm awake. I can't go back to sleep. There are some people that say, "Well, I chose to go back to sleep because I didn't want to do the due diligence." Well, I knew I was going to serve. I knew I was going to learn more, and I knew that the more I learned, the more I was going to share. I knew that I was going to be a giver. I knew I was going to give seed. I didn't know how all of this stuff was going to happen, but I just knew. And I couldn't back down.
Right, right,
Do you know
right,
what I mean?
right, right,
I
right,
had I had to keep going, even if people were, it wasn't like you said, it's not about accolades. It's not about somebody going, "Oh, you're so glorious, Sandra. I love your light language," or you're. It's not about that, because I will always give it back to the divine within me. It's
right.
always the one true creator that's moving through me. And people say, "Oh, you're too humble." No, it's just this wouldn't be happening if the creator didn't. have this miraculous, wonderful idea to create this body called Sandra, or in this case, Sandra, right? As you call me, with the sh, right?
Yeah.
Chandra. I loved how you used to call me that. Um, but it created me to
Well, some people call
come
you Chandra.
Chandra. Yes,
Yeah, but I call you Chandra.
Chandra. Yes. Um,
Mm.
but so so for me, it's I can't stop. It's kind of like learning how to ride a bike and then getting the hang of it. The training wheels are taken off, and all of a sudden you want to feel the wind in your face. You want to feel pedaling faster, and you're going to have to kind of slow your roll and take a moment so that you can have your peace or have your energy. But I always want to serve
Mm. Mm.
you.
Yeah, I feel you on that part. I feel you because I think I've always been a server. I've always served in some kind of way. And just when coronavirus took place, I started like I would send out like an encouraging email and not or
Yeah.
text. I would send out. I had like a mailing list and I would send it out. And I sent it out for probably 4 or 5 years because it's been about that long now.
Yeah.
And anyway, the people that I was just sending it out to people, but a lot of times I felt convicted to do this, but then at the same time, people weren't responding. Like they
Hmm.
did in the beginning, but they weren't really responding. I had to ask myself, well, why am I doing this? You
Hmm.
know, and am I doing this for self pleasure? Or am I doing this because it's it's what I want to do. Because if I'm doing it because this is I feel like this is what my purpose is, then I'm not going to expect something back in return. You
Right.
understand what I'm saying? If I'm not getting what I'm just doing what I'm called to do. I'm
Yeah.
doing what I'm supposed to. I'm showing up. But it doesn't matter what people think or what they say
Yeah.
or who, because one thing that the universe, I say God has told me is if I'm consistent, I'm persistent, he has a precise audience or a set of seeds that I'm supposed to speak with, like
Right.
and it's not for everybody. And I know that that's what my purpose is. And
Yeah.
so, it doesn't
Yeah, that's
I
that's it. I know my purpose. I'm not expecting whoever shows up, like we talked, whoever shows up in my life. It could be two people that showed up and they stayed through the whole life. It was meant for them. And it could be when my lives go to VOD or video, or not,
That's
and
what I
they
was getting ready
start.
to say. I'm
Yeah,
sorry. That's what I was getting ready to say, Sandy, is that it's your live get views and stuff. It's just you have to understand it. That's why we tape. That's why it's a tape recording, so that it will get views. And some kind of way it reaches who it needs to reach.
it needs to reach you,
You know what I'm
because
saying?
if it reaches two people in my life, that's good. If it
But this has so
reaches
much.
four
This
people in
has
the video, that's good.
this
Because
this this content that they're getting on this. This is like this off the chain like content. This some
yeah.
wisdom stuff. This is somebody tell you how to live,
Hmm.
giving you a recipe to life. Accept it.
Yeah, just take the bits and pieces that work for you,
Mm,
pretty
mm, mm.
much. In closing, that's what I would say. That's why I always say, everyone, take what resonates and leave what doesn't. There
Yeah.
is not one size that fits all. So what
No.
worked for me or worked for Dwayne might not necessarily work for you in its entirety, but there you might find a little bit of something that you can, I can take that to my prayer room. I can take that to my meditation room, right?
This
You know.
all I can tell you is this. This is from my experience. You can never live my life to the recipe, like to the fullest. From you could never do it.
Right.
So your whole scale and process, everything you got to go through is different. But what I can say is that you will always continuously experience things in life, ups, highs and lows.
Yes.
That's where your learning curve come in all the time. Your learning curve. Now,
Right.
to you have to be open minded
Hmm.
to not always receive things in a negative way where as though it gets you all shaken up. You know,
Hmm.
some people are in jail right now because that one person said the wrong thing to them and they shot them or they stabbed them or they did something crazy
Right.
that they wouldn't even do because they didn't think before they react.
Right.
And you know, and that's what we have to do in life. All situations. Somebody can call you, and the name they call you is the name you're answering to. So you can say what you want. I can walk away because my sanity comes with my peace. It don't come with me getting revenge or having to be one up on you or arguing with you or feeding into with your negativity or
Yeah.
whatever.
Or
If
keeping
you
up with the
crazy, you're
Joneses
right.
or
If you
any.
if your ass is crazy, stay crazy over there. And
Yeah.
you just keep on going where you're going because the thing is you gotta have a no one's paying for you to have the toilet paper to wipe your boo boo. Nobody's putting food on your tables. Nobody's paying to keep a roof over your head. No one's giving you sanity. No one's giving you all those things. So you have to always keep life in perspective.
Right.
Always keep life in perspective. You know what I mean?
Hmm.
You know, I'm an open book.
Right.
I'm sharing. I don't mind sharing because it ain't taking nothing from me. I don't
Right.
live like this. And so telling you if my life purpose, if it's one or two people that can hear what I'm saying, and I'm honestly, I know what it's like. I know what it's like. I'm
Yeah.
serious. I'm serious. I do know what it's like. You
Hmm.
can win. You are a winner. There's a winner in you because with every negative thing, listen, most successful people in life have experienced some trauma in their life prior to getting to where they are. You think
Right.
everybody that you see that have gotten to this fullness of life that they feel they're full, they might appear to be full, but they're not always full. We're never full.
Hmm.
But those people, they've all had something that went on. Research
Right.
it. That trauma brings it. If you ain't been through nothing, you ain't got a story to tell. You ain't got nothing for nobody. So humble up. Accept your shit. Don't trade yours for nothing else. What am I supposed to learn from it? Grow from it. Bring power to
Exactly.
yourself. Bring power to yourself. Yeah, by your thinking. Draw it in. Draw it in. If you don't think you're the best, then nobody else is gonna think you're the best. And that
Ex-
has nothing to be with the arrogance, because I'm not arrogant,
Yeah.
but I
It's
have learned to love
that's called
myself.
that's taking care of the self, right?
Yes.
It's not
Taking
being
it's a
inundated with the self, it's taking care of the
of
self.
self in your mind, in your
Right.
thinking, bringing peace and stuff. Remember
Hmm.
that pad and that pencil I keep telling you to have on
Hmm.
your night table stand. Put that pad and paper on your night table stand, and
And yeah.
when that thought come, that aha moment come, and you're gonna write it down, and you're gonna be like, "Dang, this is something," and you the only one gonna know it. You're the only
Hmm.
one gonna know it, but it's gonna be up to you to bring it to fruition.
Right. Right. It's the thought to the pen. It's the thought to the pen or pencil to the paper, and then from the paper to the action, and then from the action to the manifestation, and then from the manifestation to whatever you're using that manifestation for. It could be peace, and you could be, that peace
It could
that
be
you
your
have.
health. It could be your health.
It could, yeah, it could be,
You know, it could be your health.
divine health
Too
or,
many of us are walking around we sick because we think we sick.
yes,
You see what I'm saying? You think you're sick, you won't get on a journey to healing.
right,
You know what I'm
right.
saying? Because you so stuck in that thing, me, I'm sick, I'm sick, I'm sick. You're
Yeah,
killing
the
yourself.
victim stage.
You're killing yourself. You better get that vitality back.
Right.
You better reach for it like you're reaching for your life. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Because nobody can give you that. That's a drug addict, a person that's on drugs. You can try to help them and alienate them and do everything you can, but they're not going to get off of it until they're ready to it for it.
Right. Right.
And we want that's one of the conversations we want to have. How many people had a drug addict in their family? That's a subject that we will talk about because
Hmm.
that having that type of person in your family, it really it causes like mental
Yeah.
damage. To
Hmm.
see you knowing that somebody that you love, you know how many chances you get them, then you might find yourself destitute.
Yeah,
I
because you.
had I had one of them. God bless her soul, but.
Hmm.
Yeah, I've had some. I had some experiences, some stuff that I can laugh and talk about now.
Hmm. Because you surrendered it and let it go and went like a lesson learned, right?
Right.
Yeah. Yeah.
This one be ringing. This one right here be ringing. You
Right.
know, I swear. I was. You want to know what I see for myself in the future?
Yes. That was going to be my closing question.
Well, I've already I've written a book, and I'm on like chapter 37
Hmm.
of my book. Yeah, and it's a tell all true story. Is really and it's definitely going to be really good when it comes. The
Hmm.
but that's my next chapter is that I'm going to publish that book.
Hmm.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I, I just because of development of all these current things that I'm doing right now,
Hmm.
and trust me, everything requires so much time and effort and planning and everything for it to look and be the way that you want it to be for the people because it's all for you. You know
Hmm.
that part right there. It takes away from my little quiet moments where I'm sitting and I'm writing and stuff. So I got a few more write, sketches to do, a few more
Hmm.
chapters to this book to bring it to a close.
Right. Yeah. I'm
Yes.
working on my cover, my spine, and all those things because
Oh
I.
wow! So we gotta talk about that. That's right. You did tell me that, Sandy.
Yeah, so we got
Congratulations!
we got to we got to
Congratulations!
talk about that, you
Yeah.
know, as
That's
well. Not tonight because I'm finishing up. I got to go. I got to take Charlie Brown out,
yeah,
and
because it's 9:17. You got a lot out of me tonight.
I got yes, I got a lot. Yes,
Oh
I'm
my
so
God.
thankful and grateful that you have the made the time to come on to share. Okay, and as we close. I love the fact that hearing that you're doing a book. The fact that I'm like, whoa, see, we're on the same. Psh, I'm telling you. Psh. So as we close, just a brief, would you share with them where they can find you? Okay, and also
Um,
you said you also do a
a
blog.
blog. Yeah, I do. I do
Would
a
you?
blog. If I do a blog, okay, it's on Medium. And Medium, I don't know if you ever heard of that platform, but the same blog that I put on Medium is always on LinkedIn as well. But
Okay.
those are two different places. And a lot of times, if you're following me on Facebook, then you will be able to write down my that you'll find out where you can reach the blog, or you'll find out information about other websites, but they all kind of intermingle. So no matter what, if you find Dwayne Xavier brand, Chatterbox, that's my other Facebook account. I just want to make sure that you get it 100%. But it's under Dwayne Bull, Bull, Dwayne Bull, and it's Chatterbox podcast. Okay, and
Mm-hmm.
that's on Facebook. And then if you want to find me on YouTube, let me tell you, it's a lot to remember saying that.
I know,
But yeah,
but
my YouTube channel is Chatterbox Podcast at Chatterbox J3Y. It's always dash J3Y. That's it. You know what I mean? It's one
okay.
of those,
And
right?
it's the podcast is every Saturday at 6 p.m. Eastern Standard Time.
Yeah, it's
Okay.
that's right. It's Eastern
Okay,
Standard
that'll
Time.
be 3 p.m. Pacific Standard Time and 4 p.m. I believe Central Standard Time. 4 p.m.
No, it's 3 p.m. your time, which is Western, and I'm on the East Coast, so I come on at
6.
6 o'clock. At 6 o'clock
And
Eastern
then
time.
it
It's
would
three
be
o'clock.
5.
It's
Yeah,
3 o'clock your time because it's
right.
3 hours time difference. But you know, if I have Chatterbox, myyahoo.com, that's the email address. And again, if just like I said, you can find me on Facebook or whatever, and then it give you all the information. You can go through all my marketing, and it will definitely,
Mm-hmm.
you'll be able to click on one of them and just join. The
Right.
subscription is free, doesn't cost anything to join, and it's
Yeah.
just a give
And
back.
then once you subscribe, always remember, guys, like and share. Okay?
Oh yeah, like and
Yeah.
share, like and share.
Yeah.
Sandy, thank you for having me on. It's a
Oh,
pleasure. I
you're
really
so
appreciate
welcome.
being here. You know what I'm saying? It was really enlightening. It's always enlightening when we sit and we converse.
Yes, because we can do it and it end up being 3 hours when we're talking, man.
I know.
You know,
It's- All right,
yes.
so I'm gonna talk to you probably tomorrow. I'll
Okay.
reach out to you, okay?
Okay.
And again, thank you.
Alrighty. And keep an eye out on the YouTube because I'm going to list you as a collaborator, which means you will be able to get the whole video and then you
Mhm.
can download it to your phone and upload it to your YouTube or whatever you want to
Oh,
do.
okay, that's cool.
Okay.
So I'll utilize it then.
Okay.
I'll utilize
So
it to promote you and then to promote me.
yeah, right.
Yeah.
And when I list you as a collaborator, you have to accept collaborator. Okay.
Hmm.
All right. So, everyone, thank you for joining me on Soul Awakening Conversations Emerge and Flow. Thank you for welcoming Dwayne Xavier to this wonderful immersion of conversation and energy, growth and expansion. Everyone,
Mm.
have a wonderful Friday evening.
Oh
If
yeah, and
it's
happy holidays.
and have a wonderful weekend. One love. Peace.
One of them, please.
Take care.
Bye.
Bye.